Welcome, welcome, dear friends, for a wonderful meditation today. We will do meditation first, 30 minutes, and then we will going to learn about plant-based diet. So do not go anywhere. Today is a wonderful and beautiful topic. So everyone, now settle down, cross your legs, sit down wherever you feel comfortable, and take a deep breath in and out, and just relax your whole body. Forget your all the tensions, your worries, your past and future, your you who you are, male or female. Just sit down completely with yourself, with your inner being, and connect to your higher self and observe your incoming and outgoing breath. We'll use each and every second and minute, and we will sink deep inside and will absorb lots of cosmic energy, dear friends. Just keep observing your incoming and outgoing breath, your normal and natural breath. And in this 30 minutes, try not to open your eyes. Close your your normal, natural breath, dear friend. With your breath. last 10 more minutes, dear friends. Keep observing your incoming and outgoing breath. Okay, dear friends. Now, slowly, slowly try to feel your body, and we'll count till 5. Unclasp your hands and count till then, till 5, and put them on your beautiful eyes for 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. And slowly, slowly try to feel your body, come back to the present moment, and let's clasp for this beautiful meditation, your energy, your time. And thank you for joining meditation today. Okay, all right, dear friends. Now we are going to start our topic today. Before starting topic, anyone would like to share anything? Please feel free to, if you would like to share your meditation experiences. All right. So today we saw there is no one single camera open, video open. So this is actually going to be more helpful if you will open your cameras. And here you go. Thank you. Thank you, Sumaji. I really like always you are meditating with your, pyramid head. So wonderful. Actually, you are inspiring us all the time. And I know that it's a 3 times, I will say, like when we are meditating with our pyramid cap, it's just helping us, it's grabbing more energy. Thank you. Thank you, Ruchita ji, for opening your camera. So anyone would like to share your experience? How was the meditation, Sumaji, today? Yeah, please unmute yourself. Okay, I think Sumaji, you're not able to unmute yourself because I can't hear you if you are talking.
Yes,
Okay, yeah.
always very. Uh, it gives me very comfortable mood every time. I know because of my cap. I don't know, but I always love the meditation. What are the meditations wherever it is? I really go into deep into it.
Wow.
I enjoy my.
Very good.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing your experience. I asked because I know when I'm meditating with pyramid cap, so it's a different meditation. I can see the experience. I can see the difference.
Yeah.
Why I ask you. So did you try the differences? Sometimes you're not using your cap and sometimes you are using cap.
Actually, not noticed, but always the cap.
Wow, that's a must,
Yeah,
actually.
yeah.
Very good.
So when I
Wonderful.
go outside, if I'm not taking my cap, it's not available. Also,
Very
yes.
good. Okay.
Yeah.
Good, good, good.
So this is always, I think that Patriji is sitting.
Of course. Yeah, masters are actually with us. That's our thought also, no doubt. And there is like what we feel that Patriji is with us, and we that energy which is pyramid is creating, it's
Yes.
science also,
Yeah.
as Patriji told us.
Yes.
Yeah, so
And
it's a science behind that.
mindful meditation.
Yeah,
Yes, mindful meditation.
right, right.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Sumaji, for sharing
Thank
your experience.
you.
Okay, dear friends. So now I'm going to share my presentation here. Just give me 1 minute. Oh, okay. I'm not sharing right now. Let me just go one more time. Okay. Okay, so yes, so today's topic is plant-based diet. as Patriji always encouraging people, always telling whole life, like vegetarian food is very good for us. Plant-based diet is good for us. So here, Patriji said, until the last person becomes vegetarian, I will remain on this earth. And my mission is to be free this Mother Earth from the great shame and burden that she is feeling and staggering under due to the inhuman barbarity towards that all members of the animal kingdom in the name of food. So this is a very big sentence actually and promise Patriji is saying here. And there is a lot behind it. So if we will go about his thought and his mission, and as he said, my mission is to be free this Mother Earth from all these things which was human is doing it. So why he thinks that way, actually, he sees this planet as a Mother Earth. He wrote it as a Mother Earth. So a living presence. He's not seeing just a physical thing. He's seeing like it's a living presence that nourish us all. And she gives us air to breathe, water to drink, and food to sustain and our bodies. So yet in the name of food, millions of actually innocent animals, which is suffer every single day, if we see. So they experience fear, they feel pain, they struggle for life, just as we do, normal life, like. But we can't understand them because they are not talking. And here, whatever we are presenting today, dear friends, we are not pointing anyone here. Whatever is your food, it's just a message. Message like what is good for us and how much awareness we have towards to that plant-based diet. So please listen this whole topic and presentation with your open mind. And it's a beautiful, beautiful way Patriji is also saying here. So actually, this is a heavy burden he believes Earth is carrying. For him, this is not just about diet. It's about a consciousness. It is about asking humanity difficult but necessary question. Can survival exist without violence? Can nourishment come from cruelty or harming someone? Then only we can fulfill our biological needs, demands for our food. Do really we have to kill animals? He believes that today we have the awareness and we can think about it and we have resources to live healthy and strong life and fulfilled life without harming animals. Vegetarianism or plant-based diet, in his view, is not a restriction. It is an expression of compassion and responsibility. His mission is not to force or change through judgment. His mission is just to awaken our awareness, to inspire kindness, to expand human compassion toward all living beings. So he believes that the day compassion becomes more stronger than habit and kindness becomes greater than craving, that will be the day Mother Earth feels lighter. Until that day arrives, he chooses to stand for this violence or standing for this, putting his voice. Okay, we'll go to the next slide. So these are the sentences from, if we will look at that, Paul McCartney. He said, if slaughterhouse had glass walls, everyone would be vegetarian. This is a very big sentence, dear friends. And the another Einstein said, nothing will benefit. So it's like a practical and the science side. Nothing will benefit. Okay, sorry. Okay, nothing will benefit human health and increase the chance of the life survival on Earth as much as the evolution toward a vegetarian diet. So it is like, if you will look at it here, if we will put the glasses, if the slaughterhouses had a glasses, then everyone can see what's happening, right? So, and everyone can see pain also. So when Paul Martini is telling, he said he was painting to something. It's a very simple word he's telling. Most people actually are disconnected from the reality, how their food is produced. So what did he say? Meat is often presented as a neatly packed product, generally clean, very sanitized. But behind that packaging are living beings who experience fear, stress, and pain. If the process of industrial slaughters were fully visible in front of everyone, then then that killing or whatever, the transport, and many people might feel a deep emotional connection or conflict between their values and their actions. So most human beings naturally feel empathy when they witness suffering, and when that suffering is hidden, it becomes easier to ignore. So that's what he is saying here. Now Einstein said he was actually not very, he was very practical here. He was also deeply reflecting about humanity's future. This statement reflects a broader vision, if you will see, that progress is not just a technological, but moral. He saw that human survival depends on harmony with nature. Choosing a diet that causes less harm could represent an evolution in consciousness, a step toward greater responsibility and compassion. It's about seeing ourselves as a part of the ecosystem when we see, not a separate from them. So when we see the part of ecosystem, we see animal is also part of ecosystem, even plants also part of ecosystem. Everything is a part of ecosystem. So we will go a little bit more in research. Okay. Now here history, when we see history, when we are talking about history, it's a long time back. And that time, as we know about Pythagoras, I think the Pythagoras we talked about in music meditation also, he was a philosopher. So the name of the ancient philosopher Pythagoras of Samos and is so closely linked to the idea of that avoiding meat and fish, that until that word vegetarianism was coined in that 1840s. Such diets were often called Pythagorean. So we are not talking right now, dear friends, we are talking about the history of a long, long time back. So Pythagoras, who was a philosopher, he also put it his thought. So Pythagoras, actually, when you hear about the Pythagoras, what generally comes in a mathematician, we are talking about him for a geometry or, Pythagoras theorem, triangles, and all these things. But with 2000 years ago, his name was not primarily actually associated with math. People even doesn't know him specifically like we know nowadays for math. People always associated, not associated with math only, but with vegetarianism. Before the word vegetarian were exist, before the 1840s, people who choose to eat plant-based diet or who choose to not to eat meat were called Pythagoreans. So nowadays we say vegetarians. That time they used to say Pythagoreans. So their diet was known as Pythagorean diet. Why? Because Pythagoras believed that uh, he thought that the soul is immortal. This is the Pythagorean thought that it can move from one body to another, human or animal. Imagine living in the society where animals were routinely sacrificed that time, and then standing up and saying during that time, what if the soul inside the animal is like ours? That's what the Pythagoras thought. He saw a deep connection between all living beings. To him, actually, eating animals or was not just a physical act, it was a moral and spiritual issue. He believed that the violence towards animals could dull human compassion, and he suggests that as long as humans harm animals, violence among humans may never truly going to end. So this was almost 2500 years ago, long before modern or environmental science, long before the studies on our heart association, heart disease, long before conversation about that sustainability. That time he discovered that vegetarianism is more healthy and good choice for human, or plant-based diet also like linked. If we will look at it, what science tells us nowadays, science, if we will go and look at a little bit more about science, so science tells us plant-based diets are actually helping us to lower our rate of chronic illness, and it's good for our heart also. Our food choice actually affects ecosystem, no doubt, water system or biodiversity. So Pythagoras approached philosophically, and we are now examined scientifically. So there was no science evidence with him, but it was like philosophically he decided that, and many people following the Pythagorean diet. So so the term vegetarian replaced Pythagorean on September 29th, 1847 in Ramsgate, England, when the first vegetarian society was formed. Actually, until this point, if someone avoided eating anything, they are often called Pythagorean. And after that, they established this is called a vegetarian society. And it is 1847. Okay. So the word vegetarian came from itself chosen carefully, and it comes from Latin word. Then it comes from vegetus, meaning lively, vigorous, or full of life. Or so the intention was not just about avoiding, it is about moral progress and more health. This was during a time of social reform in England, a period when people were questioning industrializations and factories conditions, animal welfare. So people had more awareness that time. Okay. Now we will see scientifically effect. Our heart science, we should not eat any animal that has a physical heart. We need to choose the compensate food. Stop and ask yourself, is what I am putting into my mouth an animal, a being, or has the animal suffered in some way to end up on my plate, cup, or glass? So every animal actually we see, whether it is people, if we will see that people eat like any kind of animal, has something common with us. They have the same physical heart. They have that heartbeat. It pumps blood. It responds fear. it responds stress, it responds to pain. So when we place our hand on our own chest, even you can try, dear friends, now. If you touch your hand to your, put your hand and touch your heart, then you will feel that heartbeat. We recognize it is alive. So why do we disconnect when that calm heartbeat exists in another being? So we say we value compassion, we say we value kindness. So, but the compassion is not only a feeling, it is a choice. So we need to choose the compensate food. We, before every meal, actually, perhaps we should pause and think and ask ourselves what I'm putting into my mouth. Has this life suffered in order to arrive on my plate, in my cup, or in my glass? This is not about guilt. This is just about awareness. And when we understand that, we are faced with a quiet but powerful questions. Do we truly need to consume beating heart to nourish our own? So it is just a choice, awareness, so we can choose more better. Now we talk about emotional intelligence. We will see what emotional intelligence means. Is like how the emotionally all animals also thinking. They have their own emotions also. So human, like we have a fear, animals also feel fear. So here before let me just put it here that way. So animals has emotions the way we carry emotions. If we are in a fear, we are in a danger, how do we feel? We'll just run, we just cry. The same way animals also, all animal does the same way. Now we will go for a next slide here. Scientific evidence and researches. So the World Health Organization, which is we say WHO, states that they compiled evidence from 800 study from 10 different countries that directly link cancer. So we'll go for this one later. The second one is experts conclude that each 50-gram portion of processed meat consumed daily increase the risk of the colorectal cancer by 18%. Harvard researcher also analyzed 9 prospective studies that found that just one serving of that processed meat per day increased the risk of the developing diabetes by 51%. So these are the research which is we are seeing here. So actually science explained like here, this is the evidence, like 800 studies across the 10 countries, and they are finding like all these research. So it means the whole conclusion, if you will take it, plant-based diet, on the other hand, if you will take it, are the rich in the fiber, antioxidant, and nutrients, and all of which protect the body and the reduce the disease risk also. We are saving life, we're saving all animals' life, and side by side we are saving our life also, if we will be aware of it, if we will go through these scientific evidence too. So we have actually today's global plant-based movement, which is it's going on. Fast forward to today, like during Pythagoras' time. So supermarket and restaurants are labeling vegan and vegetarian options clearly. And nowadays, or athletes or scientists or celebrities, they are also sometimes promoting all plant-based diet, whoever really aware of it, and whoever did experience also how this like plant-based diet is helping to our body. So here the next research is the processed meat can include that sauces, hot dogs. Okay, you can read that, cold cuts and daily slices. And the who considers that the WHO said them group 1 carcinogens, and the same group as the cigarettes. It comes in the exactly in the same group, and organic red meat is also classified as a group 2 carcinogen. Eating one egg is equal to 5 cigarettes a day. It is not healthy at all to eat egg yolk, which it can block the arteries of the heart, according to the WHO. According to the WHO report, non-vegetarian food cause 159 different type of disease. Okay, so here we will. So statistics shows that this analysis each year in the US, 39,000 people die from unnecessary surgery and other errors in hospitals. 80,000 people die from other infections in hospitals. And you can read that difference here. So there's so much research from all these. So worldwide, 17 million people die each year from the cardiovascular disease too. Just like, okay, environmental factor here. So environmental factor, if let's go to here. Of course, like if you will say about the environmental factor, there is like a lot research, like what's happening, what is affecting, if it is the animal farms there, what's affecting to the environment, how we can save it. So if we will go to the next slides, you can see that climate changes, global greenhouse gas emissions. Here you can, the plant-based diet cuts your carbon footprints. So by 50%, vegan and meat eater. So there is like both of them you can see here. And this is kind of okay. If we look at it this way, then it is going to be definitely help to the environment also. That's what we are talking here. So you can see this one. Waste from a farm of 2,500 dairy cows is equal to waste from a city of 411, means it's like 41100 people. So you can even look at that difference, if how much we are harming to the environment just because of the farm, if we have animal farms. Deforestation, here you can see that 1 to 2 acres rainforest are cleared every second. And animal agriculture is responsible for 91% of Amazon destructions. So these are the actually where we are getting it. Area of the rainforest cleared, palm oil, animal. So this is actually just a research. This is, you can see also on the internet if you want to see. Water use, you can see that use water use. So look at this, domestic 5% only, and animal agriculture, if you look at it, it's like a big difference, 55%, we can see that. Okay. 80.4 metric tons of fish are pulled from that ocean each year. And 3/4 of the world's fisheries are exploited. For every 1 kilogram of fish caught, 5 kilograms of unintended marine species and are caught and discarded as by kill. Okay, so let's talk about a little bit about our what we designed for, what human best designed for. So we can see here all these pictures: carnivore, omnivore, herbivore, and here frugivore and human. This is, so if we will okay, so as we already read it many times about, so if we will go to herbivore here, so they just eat grass and tree, means just a plant. So like examples, like we can say herbivore, like plant eater, we can say. So it's like a cows, deer, elephant, and their teeth are actually flat molars, if you will look at it here. And yeah, so they are like for flat molars, so they can grind all the plants under the teeth. Digestive system is long intestine to slowly digest their plant-based food. And now here stomach is a less acidic, and we can say adapted for that fermentation of the plants. And diet, we know that's the grass or fruits or seeds, something like this. So herbivores are built to the process the plants efficiently and extracting all the nutrients without consuming animal proteins. So if we will go here, carnivores. Carnivores, we can see the teeth here a bit more. So they are like a lions, tigers, and all these. So teeth is very sharp, and you can see their teeth is sharp, two teeth down and two up. It's very sharp and big. Digestive system, actually, they have always short intestine. So short intestine to pass meat so quickly. This is the way God made it, actually, the nature made it. So, and stomach is highly acidic to kill bacteria in the raw meat. And the diet is mostly raw meat. So carnivores actually cannot digest plants efficiently and protein from other animals. So here, omnivores, if you will go to the center, meat and veggie. So both things they can eat it. Bears, pigs, be considered nowadays omnivore. Humans are sometimes classified here for this category. And now teeth is mixed if you look at it. Look at the teeth for the carnivore and herbivore. You will look at that omnivore is kind of a mixed. So, and digestive system is like medium length, and they both eat plant and animals. So when we go to frugivores here, they eat fruits only over here. So like monkeys, we know that monkeys or fruit bats, these all are frugivore, and mostly their teeth are flat for just crushing the fruits. So they don't need a kind of like very sharp teeth. So just crushing the fruits, and they just need, so they just through actually they carry the high energy, easy to digest plant-based diet or food, basically fruits. Now we are coming back to ourselves, human. Fruit, veg, and nuts. With here, if you will look at it, our teeth and jaw is very small here, and flat molars. We have it perfect for grinding plants, not tearing meat. Intestine is long, designed to slowly digest fiber and absorb the nutrients from the plants. Or stomach acidity is like weak comparatively to carnivores. Every humans mostly ate fruits, nuts, seeds, and with like now as we are talking human, we eat meat also. So this shows clearly the humans are not truly carnivores. If you can compare the carnivore here to the human, and meat also, meat heavy diet, which is go against our biology. Okay, so we'll go here a little bit. Now we talk about dairy industry here. Okay, So in dairy industry, dairy productions, cows are treated as a machine nowadays, actually a machine for milk, not as a like animal. Let's take it that way, animal or emotional livings. A cow produced milk naturally only after giving birth, just like humans, just like us. But in the dairy industry, cows are um, they are just using artificial inseminations so that they continue producing milk year after year. Their actually babies are usually taken away within a day of birth, causing actually distress to both mother and baby. So if we will talk about the dairy industry, it's a really very long topic, but we are very aware of it. Everyone, we have a lots of videos on it, we have movies on it. So mother cows are then connected to that kind of like becoming a milking machine only. And we treat them just for our purpose. We use them. If they're not giving milk, we'll just take them away. So it is not just for a cow, but yeah, if we will look at it, just dairy industry is based on the cow and all whoever animals giving milk, then people are not treating them well. Emotional and physical impact on the animals. Let's, if we'll talk a little bit more in depth. So when a little baby are taken from their mother shortly after their birth, like cow's baby, so both experience emotionally trauma for mother. Cows actually vocalize and show signs of distress when separated from their young babies. They they form bonds, and industry exploit that bond to increase milk productions for human, because we need milk. So we need milk, their baby can survive, animal can survive. So and and here, if we will go further more, so cows in intensive daily systems are repeatedly impregnated and pushed to produce the beyond natural limits. Their bodies wear out fastest and they can no longer produce enough milk. So they are usually sent to the slaughterhouse at very young age, long before their natural lifespan ends. Means they, if suppose they are going to die after a long time, but if they are not providing milk, so people will send them more early, soon. So the dairy business, actually, it is, we know that. So as a human, what is our awareness? What is our responsibility? So we can live without milk. It's not like necessary for us. We have to live we have to be aware and live a life where we are not going to harm another animals. So here, it's a very simple sentence: we become what we eat. So no processed food, no genetically modified food, no meat, no eggs, no dairy, no honey, nothing from animal kingdom. Why? Because if we will keep asking all these things, where all these things will come? The business will continue until unless we are not going to change our thought process, we are not going to change, we are not going to be aware of it. And the day we are aware, we can change our choices. We can be vegan. We have a many choices to drink milk. We still can drink milk, but we can choose another type of milk. We can go in a healthy diet, which is more healthy for us, and eat only food from plants. So what we become what we eat. So suppose we will eat suffering, and then one animal is definitely suffering while they are killing it. So much stress, so much tension, so much anger is carrying that animal, and that a person is eating that meat. Do you think we are not consuming that anger, that fear? Yes, we are consuming the exactly the same thing that animal was facing that time, the end moment. So this is the reason it's going to impact us. We have to be very careful what we are putting in our plate. Here, the game changer. Game changers in the slide actually, directed by, this is the movie, The Game Changer, by the Oscar-winning documentary filmmaker Louis a voice, and executive produced by James Cameron, Arnold, this is like Jackie Chan. Okay, these are like people who work there. The Game Changer tells the story of the James Wilkes, elite special forces trainer and the ultimate fighter winner, as he travels the world on the quest to uncover the optional diet for the human performance. So showcasing elite athlete, special ops soldiers, visionary scientists, culture icons, and everyday heroes, what James discovered permanently changes his understanding of food and his definition of true strength. So this is a very good. If you want to learn more about it, you can just go ahead and watch it. See www.gamechangersmovie.com. So vegetarian diets can um, you can achieve your health also if we are having a vegetarian or plant-based diet. It's not like anything will nutrients will be less, or the which is we always in our mind, if you want it this one maybe, or protein will be less. Nothing like that. Even though you can read the research, you can go for that. Even the doctors also telling you definitely going to be more healthy. Okay, so in the slide we will look at it here. Groundbreaking features length environmental documentary actually following here filmmaker Kip Anderson's as he uncovered the most destructive industry facing the planet today, and investigate why the world's leading environmental organizations are too afraid to talk about it. No one is pointing. Animal agriculture is the leading cause of the deforestation, water consumptions, and pollution, is the responsible for more greenhouse gases than the transportation industry, but no one will point, and is the primary driver of the rainforest destruction also. And of course, species extinctions, habitat loss, topsoil erosions, ocean dead zones, and the virtual every other environmental ill. Yet it goes on. It's nothing like just only the pointing, we are pointing here. It goes on almost entirely unchallenged. And no one is pointing that. So if you look at the Seaspiracy into 2021 documentary film about the environmental impact of fishing, directed by and that's starring Ali Tabrizi, a British filmmaker. Okay, so we say we love ocean, and we say we care about that dolphins, whales, and turtles, but we teach our we always teach our kids that the sea is beautiful, magical, full of life, right? But what if that biggest threat to our ocean is sitting in our plate? All the time dinner plate. In 2021, a documentary called Seaspiracy, directed by the British filmmaker Ali Tabrizi, asked that exact question. Ali did not begin this journey trying to expose that fishing industry. This is very nice. If you have a time, sometimes you can go and check it. So we have a less time, so I'm not going to talk much about it. But yes, we have to care our nature. So living beings, either they are living on Earth or they are living on inside that ocean, on top of the Earth or inside our ocean. So there are other movies you can check in. These are also very good movies. Forks versus knives, what the health, food matters, no interference. As we are living our life, we should not interfere another human, another animal's life or anyone's life, because they have the same rights to live as we are. Two types of vegan plant-based diet. We have just 5 minutes, so I'm just going to cover up this one quick. So 1 minute, I'll go a little bit here. We can see this whole pyramid, which is the diet pyramid here. Fruits, vegetables, whole grains, leafy green vegetables, and all these high-fat whole foods here. So vegan actually, the plant-based, they may sound exactly the same, but they two different intentions. If we'll talk about the veganism is not just about food, actually. It is a philosophy. It is commitment or to compassion. So a vegan chooses not to consume meat, fish, and dairy, eggs, or honey also. But it does not stop there. They also avoid leather, wool, and silk. So not just like a diet we are talking. If we will go more beyond it, when we are using leather, still we are harming animals. If we are using wool, still we are silk. So there is so many things where we can protect animals, because the belief is simple. Actually, animals are not here for us to use. So veganism is the lifestyle built on ethics, empathy, and respect for all living beings on this earth. Okay. These are the alternatives to dairy. We can choose, if we were avoiding our milk, so we can choose a soya milk, almond milk, oat milk, cashew milk, coconut milk, walnut milk, peanut milk, and rice milk. So, and once we are actually using them, we'll be used to, and it's really right. Many people are using still oat milk, and all these are very, very good for health too. So this one already we talked about it. Okay. Human evolution. Non-vegetarian to vegetarian. That's our awareness. Dear friends, vegetarian to plant-based. Plant-based to raw food diet to liquidarian, and liquidarian to breatharian. That is wonderful actually way. So you can see the picture here. So as you are actually aware of human evolution, so it is a wonderful way this picture is showing. Now, this is the last slide. I will take it very quick. Eco or ego. So here ego, and here is ego. Ego says, what ego says actually, as long as I'm comfortable, it doesn't matter. That's what the ego is telling. And it separates us from animals, from nature, from consequences also. But when we live from eco, we remember something important. Eco means ecology. Eco means home. And eco means understanding that this planet is not a resources to use. It is a system we belong to. Eco asks, how does my food affect the earth? How does my choice affect animals? And how does my lifestyle affect the future generation? Eco connects us and ego isolates us. So every time we sit down to eat, we make a choice. Is this decision coming from ego or it is coming from eco? Because saving the planet may not require a revolution. It may just simply require shifting one letter from ego to ego. Okay. Okay, dear friends, now we will, even though we have more slides here, a little bit more, but we have less time, and I will just go back. Okay, so our presentation is done. If anyone would like to put your thoughts and want to say something, just go ahead. Feel free to share your thought here. Okay. So no question. Okay, no problem. Then we will see you tomorrow again. Continue your meditation. We'll see you exactly same 6 o'clock, 6 p.m. All right. Okay. Okay, dear friends.